Alright, let's make a melody. I kind of want to do something dark. Not sure what instruments I want to use. Oh, that's cool. Doo-doo. This part doesn't really sound like it ends the right way, maybe. Okay, I already want to clean this up a little bit with some EQ. And then I'll process these two sounds together. So this one, like, I've EQ'd the crap out of it, which is why I'm layering something else with it, because I EQ'd it so much that it took the majority of the character out of the sound, and I wanted to add some of that back. But looking back on it, I took out a lot of this high end up here on the first sound. And so what I might do on this bell is try to leave some of this high end, but maybe drop a little bit of this lower end down, so that the bell is kind of taking care of the high end, and the first sound that I made is taking care of more of this lower end. And then I can process them together like this, put them on the same mixer channel, and then we can, well, first let's name it. We'll just call it M1. Let's put some flanger on it. And then I'm going to go back and take off the reverb from the Dream Bell, and then I'm going to add reverb to both of them together. I just don't want too much reverb all happening at the same time as well. Actually, instead of delay, I'm going to add chorus. Okay, I'm spending a lot of time EQing this, so I'm just going to go back to what I said earlier. I'm not sure if I'll cut it out of the video when I edit all this down. But basically what I said was, if you're EQing this much, you probably didn't choose a good sound to begin with. Which is the case here. I probably should have chosen a different sound since I'm doing all this EQ work. I wonder what this would sound like with a little bit of halftime. Oh, I like that. And looking at the EQ of this, I may want to pick another instrument that's a little bit higher in frequency, because I cut out so much of this high end of it because it was harsh and just wasn't a fan of the way it sounded. So if I do end up adding more melodic instruments or, elements, I'll probably pick something that ends up a little bit higher in frequency to take up some of the space that I cut out of this one. Okay, Before I add another like melodic instrument or sound to this, I am going to go ahead and randomize the velocities as well as the timings, and then I'll probably pan the downbeat notes as well. Let's try and think of something or find something that has a little bit more high end in it. Maybe a string? I need a string, another stringed instrument. Like a violin or something? Viola, violin. Dun, dun. I want this to be like super high pitch. I want it to go. This may sound terrible, but let's see. Pretty cool. I like that. We may just repeat it. Dun, dun, dun. Now we need like lower. That was kind of cool. Okay. I think I want to process these together like I did the other instruments. So that they sound more like they're the same instrument. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for these. I'm going to randomize everything and pan some of the lower notes on the downbeats. I've got this, which is like mostly middle and a little bit of high end with a little bit of low mid. And then this one is mostly low mid. I want to make the second half of this a little bit different. It doesn't need to be like super, super different. That's a little bit too much there. like that. It's simple, but it's just a little slight difference. So all I did was add like 2 flavor notes and take some of these notes and move them back a little bit so that they're not all playing at the same time. Alright, let's randomize this, and let's randomize some of the timings. And I'm going to go through and do this one a little bit more manually and less randomly than the other ones. So I'm going to look at the ghost notes and move them like accordingly. So I see that this one's moved back, so I'm going to move this one up a little bit. This one doesn't matter, so I'll move it back. These I'll leave alone. This one's moved forward, so let's take these guys and move them back a little bit. This one's moved back, so let's move these guys forward. And we separated this. Okay, and that's about it. When I go to actually make this, I may end up adding more to the melody, like, for the bridge I'll probably put halftime on everything, and then for like an extra counter melody I'll probably consolidate everything together, and then chop it up and reverse it, or something like that. But this is the main meat of the